Noon.
Hello.
Hua Hin or Isan?
Hua Hin.
Hua Hin better?
Yes.
Isan? No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Been there, done that. Today, you wonder if you want to stay in a town like Hua Hin, Phuket or Pattaya, or you want to move to Isan. Let's do some pro and con about living in Isan. Of course, a town like Hua Hin, like Pattaya, like Phuket, like Bangkok, like Chiang Mai, all the comfort is here because the tourist is here and the money is here. So all the amenities are there. What if your girlfriend asks you to move to Isan? What do you do? First thing you need to know is the girl that you met. If your girlfriend asks you to move to Isan, the girl that you met in town like Hua Hin, like Bangkok, that beautiful girl, she's going to change. Once she's back in Isan, she's back in the countryside, they are farmers. She's slowly going to go back in her shoes of farmer. You might love her a bit more. In Hua Hin, for example, you have the aircon in the bedroom, you have the shower, the hot water, and you have the toilet that you flush and things goes away. In Isan, unless you actually build a house and you make it yourself, if you actually go there and rent, it's so cheap, dead cheap. You can actually buy a house for 500,000 baht with a land. You can build your own house or you can rent. Rent is half the price of what you can find here. But there is no shower. The toilets are Turkish toilets. So basically, you do your thing and you have to have a bucket and empty the water to make it go away. So you appreciate once in Hua Hin in the Hilton or in your house to flush the toilets and everything goes away magically. And for the shower, it's the same. You use the same bucket of water, the same bucket that you use for the toilet. And that's what you do. You splash yourself with water and soap. Don't wait for a shower. There is none. Sometimes they actually build shower in Isan, in the farms, but they don't use it. It's just for the community. When I arrived in Thailand, I used to teach English and French in a school and live in a farm with 9 dogs and 30 chickens. And of course, in the house, the toilets, it was the bucket. You do your thing, you empty. The shower was the bucket. Believe it or not, once you come in a touristy town like Hua Hin, where money falls, you appreciate the shower. You appreciate the toilets. So it's actually good if you start your life again somewhere and you fail somewhere and you want to start again. Start in the farm in Isan, and then everything that will come to you, you will actually appreciate it. The farm I used to live in when I arrived in Thailand the first year, when I was teaching English and French in the Christian school, was a farm where not much was there. It's like wood, and then the roof was made of metal, of steel metal. So believe it or not, once it was raining, you could not hear yourself talk. You could not hear the TV. All you could hear is the water dropping on that metal roof. And it was such a folkloric experience. So if you go to Isan, you will encounter poverty. But it's not a bad poverty. It's not slums and it's not people dying or whatever. It's a poverty where the money is not running like in Hua Hin. You open the tap and the money is running. Over there, it's not. So they are careful with everything. And everything is that cheap, so cheap. The houses are cheap, the renting is cheap, the building house is very cheap. The food, everything in the market above 30 baht is expensive. And you appreciate everything. So when I was in the farm, we used to eat one chicken leg. So not like you eat here, you have a chicken leg, the whole one with french fries. Over there is one chicken leg for 4 people, a big bowl of rice, and some spices. You eat a little bit of meat, a lot of soup, and a lot of spice. And now I understand why you eat spicy, because at the end of the meal, you didn't eat much, but you feel like you had a lot because your mouth is burning. The town I lived in for a year was called Uttradit. It's next to Sukhothai. And it was the same town as Hua Hin, 200,000 inhabitants. But in Uttradit, there was only 5 farang. So obviously, you have no restaurant for farang, you have no bar for farang, and everything is Thai, Thai, Thai. And whatever you do, even if you speak Thai, I speak Thai, you will never integrate completely with the Thai people because they're completely different mentality. And nothing's happening. So you in Isan all day. If you love nature, it's amazing. Isan or Chiang Rai or Nan or Trat or Pisanulok. If you love nature, it's amazing. You got a lot of park, you got a lot of space, you got a lot of peace and quiet. But do you really want that? And don't forget, you are in Thailand. So in Thailand, it's all about extreme weather. Either it's extremely hot, that's in the winter until May, end of May. Then it's extremely raining, that's from June to October. So once you know that, you're going to encounter extreme weather. In Hua Hin, we're happy because we have a macroclimate, so it doesn't rain that much. It's a beautiful town. But when you are in Isan, you got 6 months of rain and 6 months of heat. Once you are in Isan, you're going to have some land, obviously, but you cannot do a vegetable garden. It's too hot. I remember me trying to dig the earth to make a vegetable garden, and that was, I think it was in February or March. And the grandmother in the house, there was a grandmother. She was laughing. She was laughing at me, the farm, trying to do a vegetable garden. I did it because I knew how to do it, so I did my earth and I was watering, but nothing was coming out. It was too hot. But then that same grandmother that was laughing, at the end of May, she started going in the garden, she started digging, because she knew exactly what she was doing. A week later, the rainy season started, and all her vegetables started blossoming. It was so embarrassing. And that grandmother taught me how to do charcoal, because don't forget, you have nothing to do in Isan, nothing. You can't really, unless you go to Udon Thani is like a big town, and there's some bars, there's some foreigners, farang restaurants, but you have nothing to do. So she taught me, actually it's illegal, she taught me how to do charcoal. Basically, you dig a hole, you put some wood, you put some grass, and then you make it burn, you cover with earth. Within 3 days, you have charcoal, and that charcoal you use for your cooking. Obviously, in Isan, not like Hua Hin, your water bill will be 30 baht. Your electric bill will be 200 baht compared to 2,000 in Hua Hin. So all the prices are so cheap, but you're going to end up in an empty space. Beautiful if you like nature, beautiful if you like to play with animals. But don't forget, in Isan, this is where you find the snakes. This is where you find the scorpions. This is where you will see the elephants. This is where you will see the buffalo and a lot of little insects that you don't see anywhere else. So, 2 things about the food in Isan. First of all, where there is the field of rice, it's full of water. So people, the Thai people, they actually put their leg in that water and then leave it for a few minutes. When it comes out, you got all those leeches that drink your blood stuck to your leg, and they will take the leeches out and in the evening cook them. Or when the buffalo, that was long time ago, when the buffalo did his little, they will wait and wait, keep that thing warm until inside there will be some big worms, and those worms, they are edible. And don't forget, if you go to a town like Udon Thani, you will have to mix with farangs that had no choice but to move over there because they wanted to be in Thailand, but they don't have enough money to be in Hua Hin, for example. And they are stuck somewhere in Isan. Believe it or not, they are bitter. They are miserable. They come in the bar at 9 o'clock in the morning, drink beer because this is all you can do. They drink beer in the morning all day long, and they're bitching, and they they're angry about anything and everything. And this is the people you will have to mix with. So good luck. So don't forget, if you have to choose carefully, because as I said, your girlfriend is going to change slightly and is going to wear her farmer shoes once she is in Isan. But once you are in Isan, everything will be dead cheap. And if you manage your time well, there's so much you can do. Work on the internet or do whatever you want, or take care of poor people or take care of animals. There's a lot you can do if you manage. But make sure that you know it will be very hard for you to integrate with those farmers. They are lovely people. Thai people, they will welcome you so nicely. They won't bother you. You still will be the farm over there, and life will be good. In the market, everything about 30 baht is expensive. Everything will be so cheap. The food so much better. Life can be better also. But if you are in a town like Hua Hin, obviously you can't beat the modernism. You can't beat all those condos with aircon and view on the seaside and the seafood and everything you can find in those big towns. But that's really a choice of yours. The best is go and try for 3 months. Isan, go to in a farm, go and mix with Thai people, go and mix with nature, try it before. This is the best I can do. I actually went once in Chiang Mai. And in Chiang Mai, I was not even in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is like the old town and then the new town. I was 2 hours up in the mountain. So there's a way to go in the mountain. It's a 2 hour drive. As we went up there, I went for 15 days. We had a bag of rice and some drinkable water. That's all. And of course, when you go up there, you cannot forget anything because there isn't anything. You go through some villages with some monks. It's like a little village of monks and children, abandoned children, everything there. And then still above, I was there. And then we were up a mountain in a little cabin. Life was so nice. We had no electric, so in bed at 6 o'clock. Before going to bed, you have to look in your bed for snakes. But when you wake up in the morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you see the elephant bathing in the river. That was amazing. And for the food, my friend used to go in the field and get some grass or whatever. And I was cutting the wood like Robinson and Crusoe. And she was cutting some grass and making a soup with it. And every day we had soup and rice cooked with wood. And believe it or not, when you spend 15 days not eating any meat, not eating any fish, you can actually feel the blood going through your vein. So the experience is amazing. So whatever you do, go and try. So if you can go through the barrier of living with poverty around you, if you can go through the barrier of living with bitter farang that are there, but they don't really want to be there, but they've got no choice and they are stuck. If you want to get mixed with people, you're not going to get integrated too, but life will be so nice. Go to Isan. It's lovely. It's such a nice experience. So me, I'm in Hua Hin because I have a restaurant, La Brasserie de Paris. But if I had the choice, definitely Isan. Definitely trying to do something over there. But as I said, the best way for you is to go for 3 months, for 6 months before you engage yourself in buying a house. Go there for 6 months, see how it is. It is amazing. I love it, but you might not like it if you like your swimming pool, if you like your comfort, if you like your shower and your flushing toilets. On those words, that was the pro and con to moving to Isan. Anyway, have a fabulous holidays and see you soon.